Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for October 22, 2020. President Rodrigo Duterte may create a separate task force to investigate the widespread corruption in the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH. The possibility of forming a presidential task force surfaced a day after Public Works Secretary Mark Villar set up a similar group made up of DPW officials. The department has come under the fire from the president, who had said that not a contract was completed without grease money changing hands. Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr. said on Wednesday that while the creation of the DPWH task force was a good beginning, there were doubts it would succeed because it's the same people investigating one another. The countrywide total of coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 cases may be dropping, but specific cities are experiencing high numbers of cases and increasing hospital capacities, according to the KUWTT research team. In Metro Manila, Pasig, Makati, Pasay, Mandaluyong, Marikina, and Valenzuela continue to be high-risk areas because of a high caseload and attack rate per 1,000 population. Makati, Mandaluyong, and Muntinlupa have an above 70% hospital occupancy rate, with Makati having the highest at 79%. Region 4A or Calabarzon is not faring any better. Calamba City, Lucena City, Santo Tomas and Batangas City in Batangas, Taytay and Cainta in Rizal, and General Trias in Cavite were also tagged as high-risk areas. Lucena and Batangas City both have 95% hospital occupancy, prompting KUWTT to advise the local officials in both cities to take special attention. Chinese ambassador to the Philippines Wang Zhilian said the Philippines' bilateral cooperation with China not only created many new jobs for Filipino workers, but also helped in the country's economic recovery. In his keynote speech during the 2020 China-Philippines Educational Exchanges Seminar last week, Huang emphasized that under the guidance of President Xi Jinping and President Rodrigo Duterte, China-Philippine relations have entered a new golden age. The event was held by 51 Talk, China's leading online English education platform. Huang said this year marks the 45th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between the two countries. He cited the government-to-government projects as good examples of such cooperation. Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo recently visited jeepney operators and drivers in Pasay City to listen to their concerns, vowing to help find solutions to the challenges they face amid the coronavirus pandemic. Go also promised to bring their concerns before President Duterte. In business, the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, said the funds that were released under Republic Act 11494 or the Bayanihan to Recover as One Act or Bayanihan 2 only amounted to less than 4.5 billion. In a statement on Tuesday night, the Budget Department reported that it had so far released 4.41 billion out of the 140 billion worth of the COVID pandemic-related interventions under the law, which was signed in September. The DBM said departments and agencies are expected to submit budget requests before the funds are released. Senators hit the DBM after discovering that it has yet to release some 24 billion allocated for agricultural loans and assistance to farmers, as well as 10 billion for the tourism sector. In sports, an official of the PBA Season 45 Philippine Cup at the Angeles University Foundation Sports Arena and Cultural Center tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday. It was the first infection in the PBA bubble in Angeles, Pampanga, since the league resumed action last October 11 with a 350-man delegation from the 12 participating teams. His previous 3 tests, all mandatory to enter the bubble, yielded negative results. The game official has been brought to the athletes' village in Tarlac for quarantine and would have been tested again late Wednesday. The first and second persons who have been in contact with the game official have been put in isolation and will be retested on October 24. The Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays 8-3 at the start of a most strange World Series that was played at a neutral site on Tuesday night, Wednesday in Manila, amid the pandemic. Clayton Kershaw, Cody Bellinger, and Mookie Betts led the Dodgers, who played against the Rays before a crowd limited by the coronavirus to 11,388 at Global Life Field, the new $1.2 billion home of the Texas Rangers. The attendance was the smallest for baseball's top event in 111 years. Yen Macabenta and Ramon Tulfo are the featured columnists on the Times front page. Macabenta trains his guns at the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, which he says is an inexpert on pandemic management and irrelevant to economic recovery. Tulfo talks about the BICAM committee and why it is more powerful than the Senate and House of Representatives. Boon or Bane? The Times editorial takes a look at the recent $3.5 million or 170 million grant by the United States Agency for International Development to help improve the Philippines' disaster response in high-risk areas and its outsized impact on the country. For its full version, read the editorial on the Times opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. Coffee Break interviews women lawyers and how they fare in a male-dominated profession. Read their stories in today's issue or watch them on the Times YouTube channel. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and keep up with the Times.